What's up, guys? Back at you. We turned one bowl today. I just got done putting the video on my page. We had to give the turning up for a while. I had to go in and study my Bible for a few hours because I'm going to be preaching this Sunday. That's not the only reason why I study, but I really got to make sure I'm digging in hard this week because I'm on limited time. Normally I got a week or so to figure it out. I've got a few days to figure this sermon out, but it's okay. The Lord's going to do what the Lord's going to do. It'll always be good. The word is good, period. But what we're going to do is we're going to turn a pin. We're going to do a video on how to turn a pin. I love turning pins. It's super fun, along with rings. If you're in Oklahoma, there's two places in Oklahoma you can get rings or you can get pin kits. I like Woodcraft for my pins, and I use Rockler for my rings. So the material we're going to use today comes from Woodcraft out of Oklahoma City. So we'll give it a step-by-step. We're going to make it out of this. I have some pin blanks, but we're not going to use the pin blanks. I've made some stuff this weekend, and I have some scrap African mahogany. So we're going to give it a go on making a pin with the African mahogany. So let's do it. Okay, the first thing you do, you take your little insides, the little bitty cylinders. They're thin brass. You're going to, you want to keep all of those. You want to keep this in one piece because you're going to mark center so that you know, which way the wood grain's going. Let me clean this off here. So we're going to take the center of this, and we're going to scribble some lines on it, just like that. That way when we cut it in half, we know, we can put them together and we know which way the wood grain's going the whole time, okay? So we're going to take this and we are going to cut it in half. Let's take a measurement here. And it is 6 inches and a quarter, so we're going to go 3 1/8 will be center. It's probably a little long, but that's okay. We're going to have to drill this thing out. So I'm going to come over here. We're going to cut this in half, and I'll be right back. Okay guys, we are cut in half. And man, I tell you, it's cold in here in my shop. My heater quit working all of a sudden. I don't know why. I'm gonna have to check that out tomorrow. So there's my pencil marks. We're gonna set them right there. I like to take this and we want it barely on the inside. You just want a little bit in. We're going to drill this out, and then I take my pencil. We're going to go to this side actually because that's our pencil mark. We're going to go, I don't know, 1/4 inch past it and mark it again. Same thing with this one. Go to the pencil side that you marked, just a little bit inside from being there, 1/4 inch out, mark it, and then we're going to cut those two pieces down to size, and it makes it a lot easier when we're drilling it out. We don't have to drill out so much, and it fits on the pin mandrel better. So let's cut this down. Okay, we got the block of wood in the chuck. We got the drill set up here. When you're doing the slims, you got a diagram that you have to go off, and it's going to be a 7mm bit. You can do this on a drill press. I have a drill press, but I don't have the jig to hold the piece of wood tight, and so it's kind of sketch. So I like to do it with this. You make sure that sucker starts as center as you can get it. And drill this baby out. Okay guys, we got them drilled out. Holes in the center, you want to get them things as center as you possibly can. The way that I found to do it center is definitely not on a drill press, is on this, because these things are lined up perfect. We want to keep our pencil marks lined up still, okay? So now we are going to take some glue. You can use whatever kind of glue, thick CA glue, or when it comes to this, I just use this Tight Bond, Instant Bond adhesive. It's a gel glue. And first things first, you want to take some sandpaper. This is what I found best when it comes to doing pins. It comes in a kit. It gives you from 180 all the way to 600 that you'll need for sanding it down. Take that 180 and rough these things up real good. You don't have to rough them up real good, but it's brass. Brass is soft. Be careful. You should probably wear gloves because I've gotten this glue on my hand before and it's not fun trying to get off. Take it. I just put some at the very end. Not a whole bunch, but you want to lay the first bit kind of thick. So when you push it in, it builds up, and just kind of spin it in there to make sure it gets glue on it all the way down. And take that sucker and bam, and I wipe it clean. Same thing with this one. We've roughed it up. Lay it on kind of thick, not too thick, you'll waste a bunch. But you want to make sure when you push it in that this is it's piling up right here so that you can spin it and this whole thing gets glue on it. Push it in. I like to wipe that glue off. The glue is going to get inside the pin, but we have to drill these things out one more time. So with the second drill bit, you can get it out. It'll dry by the time we get to that point. So now what we're going to do is we're going to set up to drill these out. This brass end is flush with the wood. This one is not. So we've got to take a special bit. I just bought the whole kit. It goes from the smallest to the biggest for no matter what pins you got. And we'll drill this out until we get flush with that piece of brass casing. Same way with there, that's flush. We want to drill that to where it's flush. Make sure you keep your pencil line straight. I'm going to set this up and we'll get right back at it. Alright, this is the drill kit that I got, white side. Comes with all the bits, comes with the chuck that you need to drill it out and everything. So we're going to drill these out slowly but surely. You'll be thinking that you can't see that brass, but you'll see it when you won't go too far. Just go slow and keep your eye on it real well. And a little bit at a time. Sometimes I have to stop, pull it out, check it just to make sure I haven't gone too far, but it's pretty simple. I'm happy with that. I'll show you what it looks like, and I'll do the next one. So now you're flush with the brass just like that. We'll have to clean that off. I'll do that though. And then we'll put it on a mandrel and we'll shave it all down. So I'll get back with you in 1 second when this thing's ready to trim down. All right, guys, we're set up here. This is the pin mandrel that I use to do. This pin mandrel will do all the pins. Only thing you got to buy is you got to buy these three these bushings that separate everything. This is the slim style pencil bushing. I just keep the bags. It has the numbers on there. That way, if I ever to do any other, when I have a whole bunch of different kinds of pins, I know I'm doing a slim. This is the bushing that I need. So keep the bag, put it to the side. Now we're going to shape these down to the size that you want. You can make them fat in the middle, you can make them slim. I like to make them super slim. Here's one that I made, and it's kind of fat in the middle. It's not bad, but it's not how I like it. So these pins, man, it's all about what feels good in your hands, how you like to use a pin. I like them to be as slim as they can. So let's get this thing trimmed down. Go back at it. When you're shaving it down at these ends, save them for last. You're going to try to get it as close as you can to those bushings. And if you don't, when you put the pin together, you notice. You can tell. That one's good. Probably can't tell in the video, but when you're standing here under the light, you can see the waviness in the wood. I mean, you just got to be light, 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 or that sucker you'll go too far real easy. And then it's too late. Now what we want to do, we're going to take our sand cloth, start at 180. If I try to start shaving this one down, I'll end up getting greedy and end up catching a chunk out of it, and then it'll be no good. It'll be a waste of a brass piece. If you do waste a brass piece, you can buy just the brass cylinders, the inserts, at your local woodcraft shop. This is 320. Get that dust out of there. I like to use this kind of sand cloth. I'm a plumber, so I sand a lot of copper. This is the kind of sand cloth I use there too, because like it's got holes in it. When it comes to plumbing sand cloth like this, they do that because it's water resistant, and this will push the sawdust through. It don't build up as much. It still builds up, but not as bad. And last but not least, 600. You could go more if you wanted. I have some 1000, some 2000. I want to see what the 6 looks like. Looks pretty good. Beautiful. Alright, so next you want to do a finish. You have multiple choices. You have CA finish. This is stick. You would do it with thin. I have some. If you do it with the CA finish, you also need the activator. Take you a cloth. Definitely wear some gloves, because this stuff's it's super glue is all it is. Rub it across there with it spinning. Take that rag, wipe it, spray the activator on there. The activator makes it dry up just like that. Rub it down a little bit more, do it again. If you do a CA finish, I've learned with rings, like I did this ring with rings and pins, you got to do, I would say, 6 or 7 coats. Look, I already got something on me from that glue. What I like to do on pins is this Mohawk wood turning friction. So let's get us a good clean rag. Now, one thing, I'm going to have to get this heater fixed tomorrow. I bet it's just the thermocouple or just dusty. Okay, let's do it. Let's see what it looks like. Slightly put it on there and then let it do its thing. This friction polish right here, I like it. The guy at the wood store that I get these pins at said it's what he uses, and it puts a shine on them. I use it on most all my bowls. I do use it on all my bowls unless I do cutting board oil. Sometimes I do cutting board oil on the inside. My wife likes to put stuff in them, and I want it to be food safe, and I'm not sure how food safe this stuff right here is, but man, it sure put a shine on there. Shine it up real good, let it dry. See what it looks like. Yeah, I love it. Oh man, that is awesome looking. Awesome looking. Okay. All right, guys, we'll get this pulled apart. If you do a CA finish, just know these bushings, they're CA glue proof. When you CA glue all this and you go to pull this apart, they snap right off, leave a clean break on the wood. You don't got, sometimes you barely have to sand the ends down, but it ain't much. So don't sweat it. If you CA glue finish this, have at it. That metal is super glue proof, so no big deal. So let me get all this stuff pulled apart and then we'll assemble the pin. Okay, you got all your pin parts, clip, center part that this goes into, the ink cartridge, the end caps. Take them. I told you one was fatter. It's this one, I can tell. I want it to be the top. I want to write with the slim one, okay? You do it at your choice. Whatever feels comfortable for you. When it comes to making these pins, people got instructions on how you do it. Like there's an assembly, a way to assemble it, but how you do it's how you do it. How does it feel comfortable to you? First things first, you're going to take the end caps. You're going to start with, and see these little plastic deals? Man, they have really high-end stuff to put these things together with, jigs, and like these were like $5. $5 a piece or something stupid. You just take it. Oh, I got them backwards though. One of them's got a hole, one of them don't. The one with the hole you want the pin head to go into. Put it in there. You want to hold it straight. Seems hard at first, but it's really not. Press it together. A little bit of a snug. Come back. Next you take this. Make it clean, a little clean. The gold end goes in first. Get it started where you don't have to hold it. And then center it up the best you can. It's not that hard, it really ain't. Now there's a line just past that first brass piece. And depending on where this goes in, depends on how far the ink pen comes out. I like to center that deal up. Exactly. That's how I found that works the best for me. Okay. Screw the ink pen cartridge in, just like that. Take the clip. This is the clip. This is the centerpiece. One of them's the centerpiece. The little one, the one with art. That goes in the center. That's the last thing that goes on. Take your top part, slide it in the clip. We want the top one. I think I want the fattest end to be at the top. So we'll put that puppy in there just like that. Good press. Make sure everything looks right and good. Going to take the one with the engraving on it, slide it over the center. It's kind of tight at the beginning. It's okay, it's supposed to be. And you're going to take the last bit, push it on there. It's kind of hard to get off, but it will, so that you can replace the ink cartridge in the future. There you go. A pen, a working pen, and I think this African mahogany turned out beautiful. Let's see how well she writes. I love it. I will go put this right inside on my desk. Guys, I hope y'all learned something off this video. Hope you learned how to make a pen. I hope you go try to make a pen. And I ask you again, like I ask you on all of them, guys. Like, subscribe, comment, and if there's anything that I'm doing that you think I'm doing wrong, please tell me, because I will switch it up. Catch you on the next one.